Hey guys, welcome back to excuse me. I've been so upset about this all day. I think that's why my voice is. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, I want to give you a big welcome. Make sure you click the subscribe button to join our little family, our little squad. So today, this is not really your conventional video, but I felt like I just had to. Like, one of the main reasons why I joined YouTube was to be able to speak up about issues of injustice and to be able to speak up about, issues that a lot of people want to shy away from. If I just get into it, there's no time for fluffiness or whatever in this video. Basic things, right? So the first thing I'm going to speak on is this whole issue of like dressing and all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to link it with religion, okay? And then the second thing I'm going to talk about is relationships and rape. Yes, relationships and rape, okay? And the third thing I'm going to discuss is like tips and all that. I mean, I don't really know if there's like tips or there's anything you can do not to get raped, but I feel like there's a mental standing or there's maybe some things that you might want to consider. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, let's get into this video. My heart goes to you, and also to Uwa, who you've probably seen at the start of this video, who was a young girl who was, raped and ended up dying in Nigeria. My heart goes to you, and my heart, like, her soul rests in perfect peace. I pray for her family. I pray that they can, just get the strength, to kind of continue living life from this. So yeah. And one thing, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is this whole issue of dressing. When I go on social media and I see people posting things like, oh, it's because she was dressing, she opened her chest, it's because she was dressing indecently, she wasn't dressing right, she was wearing a short skirt, she was opening her boobs, she was doing this or doing that, or she opened this, she wore this, it's because she wore this, that's why she got raped, it's good for her. Yes. Whew, triggered. It is wrong. Please, if you have this mentality, it is wrong. And I know some people will argue with me on this for like till eternity. But it is actually wrong. And I'm going to explain it. Some people, yeah, they have gotten raped and they were fully clothed. Yes, go and research it on socials, research it on Google, do your research very well, and you will actually realize that some people have gotten raped and they were fully clothed. So if you come and say, oh, it's because you're opening chest, because you're opening back, you're opening this, opening that, that's why you got raped, it is actually wrong. I'm telling you, it is a wrong mentality to have. And I'll share a little bit of like my own, whatever about this. Like, for me, I'm a Christian and all that. So when I go to church and everything, I get caught up in a limbo sometimes because I'm like, okay, is what I'm wearing, is it too tight? I'm making sure that it's not open. I'm making sure that, I'm not revealing too much and all that, because of course, in a place of worship, you want people to focus and all that. And me, I really, like, if you know me in real life, you know that I don't like attention. And you're probably like, oh, you don't like attention and you're on YouTube. But this is a complete different story. I don't really like a lot of attention on me. Like, that's just me naturally. I'm just that kind of a girl. So it's nothing to do with religion or whatever. That's just my personality. I'm a very like kind of chilled person. I don't really like loud things like that. Yeah. So sometimes I always get caught up in a limbo. Like, okay, am I wearing this or whatever? But one thing that I keep noticing is that even if I am fully covered from neck to my feet and my ankle is showing, there will still be a creep. There will still be someone who is like creepily looking at your leg or looking at you in a weird way, in a lustful way and all that. And you're always thinking like, some men are just struggling with lust. Some people have perverted mind. I don't know what Bible verse it is, I can't quote it, but it talks about like perversion. It talks about people who have perverted minds. Like, if someone rapes another girl or another human being, it is because their mind is in a state of perversion. Their mind is perverse. It is not because the girl has exposed herself or whatever. I'm telling you the honest truth, and I know a lot of people will argue with me on this, but go and search it out. Do your own research. Understand that some women have been raped while they were fully clothed. Some women will wear trousers, they will wear skirts on top, and they will still get raped. What do you say about that? What do you say about that? Let us teach our young girls, let us teach our men that Because a woman is not clothed does not mean that she's inviting rape, does not mean that she has given you access to her body. Let us teach our young men, our young boys, that when they see a girl or they see a woman out in public and she's not covered up, or she's exposing her legs or her boobs or whatever, it is not an automatic invitation for you to take control or to kind of demand that she release her body to you. It is not. And I feel like we can just have the conversation about it, but I've realized that it's time that we start teaching the young generation. If you're a parent and you're watching this and you have young boys under you, teach them to respect and love women. Teach them that women are not objects of sexualization. They are not to be objectified. They're not something to be taken advantage of and to try and control. The second thing I'm going to talk about is relationship and rape, right? For me, not talked about, but we're going to talk about it. We need to talk about it because enough is enough. Enough of secrecy, enough of keeping quiet about things, and people are getting hurt. The life of people are being traumatized and being wrecked, all because we want to be secretive, okay? 17, 18, 16-year-old young girls, 19, 20, whatever, young girls, we use girls. If you are in a relationship with a guy and he's constantly telling you to video yourself doing sexual things, send pictures of your private parts, be doing sexual things to someone and send a video, or he's pressuring you to have sex with him, and and you find that it is beginning to, and you find it extremely overwhelming, and you do not want to partake in any of those nonsense, then make sure that you just block and delete the person. Because what's going to end up happening is that one day, if you are alone or when you are alone with a guy, he will try to take advantage of you. He will try to take advantage of you. And God, I pray to God, anyone watching this, you will not be in this situation. But it happens so many times. Now, I was looking at this website, the United Nations Women or something. I'll put the document or the link to the website in the description box so you can go and check it out yourself. But basically, it was giving like stats on women who have been raped in relationships. And for me, my mind was just blown. I was like, how do you claim to love somebody? How do you say that this is my partner, this is my boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, and you go ahead and you rape them? No, this is absolutely wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. It is wrong. I need to explain to young girls, just because you're in a relationship with a guy does not mean you have to do any. Please, I'm begging you, whatever race you are, do not feel pressure. Don't feel like, oh, if I don't do this, he's going to run. If he wants to run away because you don't want to do anything, let him run away. Let him run away. Let him go. Let him go. Because you're queen. You are a queen. You do not deserve to be treated anyhow. Nobody should try and pressure you. 16, I've been 15. I understand the pressure. I've been that young. I understand the pressure. I know what it's like to get pressured, like from a guy or by a guy or whatever. I've been through it. I get it. And I just want to quickly say here, if you're a young person and you're watching this video and you're in this situation that I'm talking about, because I know that this situation that I'm talking about where you feel like a guy is, email me. I'll put it in the description box, or send me a DM on my Insta. I'll also put it in the description box. I'll put the name or whatever on the screen here. Story is that don't feel pressure to do anything that you don't want to do. Your life is too precious and you are a queen. Third point is for the boys, young boys, or the men out there. See, some men are in prison, they are in jail right now because they didn't understand that no means no. Basic touching. If the girl says she does not want to do it, do not proceed. Don't be the God forbid you are in jail and you're thinking, I'm telling you, young men, it is not worth it. Don't throw your whole life away because of some kind of a sexual pleasure. Please, I'm begging you. No means no. If you're a parent watching this, please raise your sons and raise your boys. Let them understand that women are to be respected and not to be treated as a tool. Women are to be respected and not to be treated as an object to use. Please, I'm begging you. I'm going to mention just one tip I think, will help young girls or young women out there. Because in my opinion, and this has changed over time. In my opinion, I really don't think there's anything you can do to stop someone raping you. You know, I mean, you can precautions such as not going somewhere alone in the dark, not, you know, being alone with someone, a stranger you don't know, being cautious of who you let into your home and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like, God forbid, when something bad is gonna happen, sometimes it just happens, and that's just the truth, and that's just sad. That's just the sad part of this whole thing. Girls and women is, have your guard up. Have your guard up. I feel like some of us, when we hear some words, our guard automatically just drops, and it's wrong. For example, religion. I feel like some of us, when we hear the word religion, our guard just come down. Anything goes. We don't even analyze and think. We don't sit down to digest what we are being told or what we're meant. We just follow and do it, and it is wrong. It is wrong. I'm a Christian, so I feel like I have every single right to talk about this, because it's because you hear uncle. It's your brother's friend. Do not drop your guard. Have your guard up. Be constantly aware what's going on. Don't stop. Be careful. Have your guard up. Be always watchful. Instead of, oh, it's just me and you. Oh, why don't we invite Felicia? Why don't we invite this person? Why don't we invite? Always put guards up in place to make sure that, you know, you're not. Lastly, I just want to say, if you've been affected by rape, or this is something that has happened to you in the past and you feel like, please, I would really advise you to get psychological help. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible, because rape is so traumatic. It affects every aspect of your life. It affects you physically, emotionally, socially, financially. It affects everything about you. It changes your personality. It changes your mindset. It redefines who you are as a person. So please try and get help. Speak to trusted counselor, psychologist, or whatever, but just make sure that you get help. Make sure that you get help. Make sure that you don't die in silence. You know, I keep saying women and everything, but it goes both ways. Honestly speaking, it goes both ways. Men can get raped. Yes, we've heard of stories of men getting raped when they were in secondary schools and things like that. So it does happen. Okay? So let us just be aware. Let us be guarded. Okay? It's crazy because we're still going through a pandemic and we're still having so much crazy things happening. We're still having like people raping someone, police brutality in America. Like, so many things is still happening, and it's just so sad. But please stay prayed up as well. I know I said previously in this video that there's, you know, sometimes when bad things is going to happen, it's still going to happen. But sometimes we can actually pray to avoid these things. We can pray in the morning before we leave the house that, God, help me. 2 cents, like, my heart is very heavy on this topic, and I felt like I definitely had to talk about it. Honestly, I didn't really want to speak about it because, again, the whole secrecy culture thing that we have, that don't speak about this topic, or this topic is a taboo or whatever. If you've watched to the end of this video, I want to say a big thank you. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and also press the notification bar, because if you just subscribe and don't turn on the notification, you might just not get my next video. Okay, so anyway, guys, stay blessed, okay, and stay safe. All right, bye.